500 species and over 2 million residents. Who's there to protect them when their worlds collide? A specialist squad of animal agents united by one mission. These are the Miami Animal Cops. The Miami-Dade Animal Services Department takes in over 30,000 animals a year. Each year, they also investigate over 2,000 cruelty cases. For Kathy Labrada, caring for animals has been her life's work.
I initially started out training horses. I trained polo ponies, and then I was a veterinary technician for a little over 8 years, and then came over to the Animal Services Department and was an animal control officer, and then an investigator, and now investigation supervisor. I think that everyone's put here for a purpose, and this is definitely mine.
When a call comes in claiming dogs are suffering at an address in Southwest Miami, Labrada decides she'll handle this one herself.
One of the tough parts about being a supervisor is you tend to be stuck behind a desk a lot. But my heart is in investigations. I love being out in the field and really being on the front lines where all the action's taking place.
The complainant said there were multiple dogs left without food, water, or shelter here. First impressions are not good.
You gonna play nice? Aw, I'm not gonna hurt your baby. Bone dry. The first room here that isn't boarded up, it's just midway to the ceiling, just clutter. The second window here in the front is boarded, I can't see it, and then they have the shutters on this one, and this one the blinds are drawn. Hello? Hi, puppy. This puppy is covered in fleas. There's fleas all over its little body. It's covered in flea dirt. An animal this size has such small blood volume to begin with because he's so tiny that it can't afford to lose any, and it's completely infested with fleas. The fleas are feeding on his blood. This is not good. If there were any other puppies in this litter, I would expect that they're already dead. The water is actually on. The 2 buckets that are here are completely dry. There's absolutely no water source for these dogs out here at all. It's something as simple as coming outside, turning on the hose, and filling the bucket. It takes an idiot to do something like this. What's happened here is they've been condemned to die in their yard. You can't not provide an animal with water. It's the most basic and most essential component for life. You cannot survive without water.
The pup decides he's had enough of the yard. A wise move, since that means Labrada can now take him.
And the dog is now considered stray. And I am doing it the biggest favor it's had in its life so far by picking it up and pounding it. And because the dog did freely exit the property, I don't need to get police. I will post something letting the owner know that I have seized the puppy, but this little guy will die without some medical attention immediately. Hi, little guy. You're riding with me.
Labrada will be back soon to check on the mother and the 2 other dogs she's seen. But for now, saving the puppy's life is her priority. He needs to get to the shelter. When wild animals need help, a different kind of expertise is called for. This is the Everglades, the vast subtropical wilderness that lies to the west of Miami. Bob Freer describes this as his office.
I love what I'm doing. Getting up in the morning is quite easy. It's not like I don't want to go to work. I actually look forward to the next day, getting up and doing what I'm doing. Probably my interest in animals, first time I can really remember was 6 years old. My father actually came out of a gas station with a baby alligator for me. It was the most exciting thing I can ever remember. You know, here was this thing that you just wanted to hold, and the minute you did, it bit you. I just remember from then on, I was in the woods, looking for raccoons and possums, squirrels, birds, deer. Now I'm living that dream and that life I had as a kid, and I just hope it doesn't end.
For the past 30 years, Bob has made it his personal mission to help injured wild animals, and if need be, relocate them far away from their troublesome human neighbors. 15 years ago, Bob set up the Everglades Outpost, a non-profit rescue and rehabilitation organization.
Okay, I'm about to park right in front of you then. Okay, bye.
This morning, Bob's received a call from the Everglades Alligator Farm in Homestead. They are experts in raising alligators and claim to have over 2,000 animals. But today they need Bob's help, and Bob's brought his assistant Sean Tansey along to lend a hand. Here's the problem. A wild alligator has decided to build her nest right next to the fence around the farm.
Why did a wild alligator with a whole Everglades out there decide to build a nest right next to the walk path? And every time somebody walks past, she's protecting her nest, so it disturbs her and upsets her, and it's stressful for her. Well, we're going to go in there first, and we're going to basically open up the nest a little bit, see if there's eggs in there. Hopefully there won't be eggs. If there's no eggs, if I just destroy that nest, then she'll go someplace else, make the nest, because there's predators here, and she won't want to make the nest in the same place. Okay. Come up and stay to my right side. All right.
Alligators can lunge at great speed, so this part of the operation is the most dangerous.
We're going to actually catch her up, and we will dig in this area a little bit. Okay, well, she's basically threatening me here. Actually, this is a good pose, though, for her here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is put the noose on her right now, seeing she's up here. But she is a good mother, just protecting the nest area. Oh. Sean's going to come from this side over here, get on her back, cover her eyes up. Covering up the eyes on alligator causes them less stress, will get her to relax in that. Okay, you good there, Sean?
Yep.
Okay, now I'm going to just start lifting up this nest some, see if we can find any eggs. Something. The first thing I've noticed stepping on this nest, and you can see them all over her tail and all over here, fire ants. Ouch!
Fire ants get their name from the burning sensation their stings cause. They're an invasive species, originally from South America.
Okay, we can see a little bit of white here, pulling across it. We're into the eggs now. So this means that just tearing the nest apart, hoping she'll go build the nest someplace else isn't going to work. Oh, and it's just loaded with fire ants. Good thing is it stops predators from digging in it, but the bad thing is once the hatchling actually sticks its little nose through the egg, it'll sometimes stay there for hours, and these fire ants are known to kill them at that time. This is a doubly bad place for her to have this. I can tell you right now, it's not pleasant. It's quite painful, actually. Okay, my plan is to cover up this fence back here with a tarp so that the alligator's not being stressed out with people walking by. So she'll have a nice, calm life here until these eggs hatch out. So we're going to put them back, cover them up.
Releasing her is also perilous. A flick of that powerful tail could have Bob in the water.
You all right?
Yep.
Bob and Sean will have to come back with the tools they need to keep the gator and the tourists safely apart. And somehow, they need to get rid of those fire ants. Meanwhile, Miami-Dade Animal Services investigator Kathy Labrada is almost at the shelter with a flea-ridden puppy she rescued. He's in such poor health that Kathy fears for his life.
This puppy's actually even worse than I thought. You can see that even the ticks on them are starting to bail out, which means they've basically depleted everything they possibly can, and now they're looking for another food source. Emergency situation. There were 2 adults that are a little bit underweight, didn't look real good. This little guy...
At the Miami-Dade Animal Services shelter, investigator Kathy Labrada has brought the pup she rescued to see vet Dr. Tanya Carrasco. They have decided to name him Patty.
When I picked him up, he's dehydrated, covered in fleas and ticks, and just a mess.
His chest sounds pretty bad too. What happened when they don't take care of the dog? Probably the dog never got the colostrum from the mother. Immune system is very weak on them. It's no protection at all. And then plus the flea infestation that he has, that doesn't help either. 10 cc subcute fluid,
Okay.
and then Nutricon.
Patty will have been exposed to all sorts of diseases. First, they want to address the dehydration.
The subcu fluids are fluids that are administered subcutaneously, so just under the skin. The fluids will be absorbed by the dog's body gradually over a period of time. How much is in there? About 5?
Fine.
He should be feeling better soon. He's got about 5 milliliters on this side, and he's going to put another 5 on the other side. You're okay.
Doing great.
Okay. It's there. Oh, wow. He's absolutely starving. He's devouring the food. He can only eat a small quantity at a time. He hasn't been fed on a regular basis, and his tummy's tiny. So we'll offer him food every couple hours. And hopefully the antibiotics will help his lungs clear up, and he'll actually pull through.
Labrada's feeling optimistic.